Good morning. It's a beautiful day in Fairfield. Our weekly podcast every Friday morning at 8:30. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Turner. That's Claire Vaughn. And Mark Wells is with us this morning.
Mark and Mark. We got
Hey
the
guys.
Marks today.
Good morning.
I'm trying
Nice to be here.
Fix our camera angles a little bit
Yes.
here.
Well, we've kind of moved things around.
We have. Mark let me use my move over so my bald spot would not show any longer. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you.
You can see mine, so, and I'm fine with that.
Guys, we don't care. Do
Yeah.
we? You know?
Oh, no. I mean, my husband and I actually have a bet going on who's going to go bald first, so stay tuned, everyone.
Oh,
Stay
boy.
So,
tuned.
what is the bet, and can I get in on that? What are the odds?
I don't know.
Does he give you odds?
I don't know if we wagered or if there was like an over-under or anything. But, ever since babies and then COVID,
Yeah.
I literally have a bald spot. And
Yeah.
I have a cowlick in my hair, so I can't change my part. So it is what it is. All right?
Right.
How did that term come about? Cowlick.
Cowlick? I know.
I don't understand that.
There's some history behind it.
I know
there
there has
is,
to be.
but we'll have to Google that. sometime.
Right. Wheeze or Dan Harris, you guys, Lucas Vaughn, these guys that know all this random trivia,
Yeah.
chime into the live chat. If you
Yeah.
guys happen to know the history behind the cowlick, we would love to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
Live chat is open, by the way. Just want to let you guys know that. We would love to hear from you. Let me get live chat going. All right, it is open. So Mark Wells,
Yes, ma'am.
you've wore many hats, right, over the year. I just kind of wanted to do a little history. So you worked for the state police for
I did.
a long time.
I did. I was a telecommunications specialist, which it's more commonly known as the 911 dispatcher.
Okay.
But that's the title that we had because of the training that we had to have to do the job. But I retired April 1st after spending a total of 33 years. That's 24 with the state police and then 9 local with the sheriff's, Wayne County Sheriff's Department, Fairfield Police Department.
Wow.
Very.
So you just retired this April?
Yeah, this past April Fool's Day,
Wow.
April 1st. So no joke.
No joke there.
That's
yeah,
right.
no
That's
joke.
right. Yeah. So it doesn't seem real, but it is. Thank goodness. And one thing I'm happy for doing is not working in bad weather like snow and ice.
Right.
That's very stressful. It's a
Yeah.
stressful job anyway.
I
Right.
know a lot of
Add
people
that
say
on.
that once you retire, you get busier.
That's
that been
very
the
true.
case?
That has been the case.
Because you have another job now, right?
I do, yes. I drive a school bus for the high school full time.
Okay.
And then I also am a licensed private investigator and a surveillance tech.
Oh, I didn't know
Yes,
that.
and I don't really say that now.
Yeah,
People
you
know,
have,
but
yeah.
I've really not been involved with that too much.
Okay.
I've kind of taken a backslide to
Yeah.
that. But also, I drive the mammography truck for the hospital
Oh,
here.
okay,
Me and
yeah.
another guy do, and we pull a chase car and set it up. It goes from Fairfield to Lawrenceville and then to Rosiclare down in Hardin County.
Yeah.
And it just rotates each week.
Wow.
And I've had to turn down about 2 or 3 other things, but, staying busy is the key, I think,
I
when you're retired.
100% agree.
I have known people that have retired, and their health has really faltered
Yes.
bad. And I don't want to be that kind of person.
Right.
So, but yeah.
I think when you retire, it gives you time to maybe do more things that bring you joy, right? So
does.
it's not as much of a pressure
Yeah.
to, okay, we've got to make the high income, we've got
Right.
to support our family or whatever.
Right.
It's, okay, you have that to fall back on now. And now you can kind of do things that bring you joy or make you happy. You get to be around kids. You get
Right.
to,
Right. One thing that in the job that I had was very stressful.
Yeah.
And, after I retired, I could tell the stress level really went down.
Felt better.
And because you're not dealing with, the public phone-wise on a everyday basis, you're not handling serious calls or anything like that. But, yeah, it's like I'm living a dream now,
Oh,
being retired.
good.
And I can do what I want to do now.
Good.
So that's the good thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And you do work in radio, correct?
I do. I host a show every weeknight on 90.9 The Vine over in Wayne City, which the studios are there where the old bank building used to be. It's the library. They still have the studio there. But actually, that's where I'm at. I do that
Awesome.
Monday through Friday from 6 to 10.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what's the show called?
It's just Weeknights with Mark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Creative.
Yeah, creative. And if anybody wants to know, K-Love's a big station here in the area.
Yeah.
And it's similar to K-Love. It's
Okay.
just local.
Yeah.
It's just local. Play the same kind of music. It's just local people.
Right.
I'm local, and then we have someone, Brian Fuller is the station manager, and he lives in Mount Vernon.
Okay.
Then we have a couple other people that live in the area, and then one down south that Jenny is her name, and she does the show from her home. She can do the show from her home, and that's the technology that we've discussed that.
Oh, my
You don't
gosh.
actually have to be at the studio to do a radio show anymore. You can do it at home.
From wherever.
I can do it from my basement at home.
Or
And-
Colorado if you want.
That's correct. I did it last week from Colorado. Took my laptop and a little internet tower that I can provide the signal
Yeah.
for, and did it from out there. So anywhere.
Does it make it hard to stay in Southern Illinois when you know you could be in Colorado and do the same thing? Or do you love it here? You're rooted here, right?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
from
rooted here. I'm rooted here. We
Yeah.
we had an opportunity. My wife and I had an opportunity a few years ago to move to Colorado. And
Really?
we were actually out there for 4 months,
Wow.
and it was just everything was working out right. But then it just seemed like it was time to come back
Yeah.
home. Born and raised here,
Yep.
and it was just time to come home.
Those roots are strong. Like I spent some time in Colorado as well. I
Yeah.
moved there after college for an internship. Made $7.25 an hour,
Yep.
but I lived on the mountain, ski in, ski out, in a bunk bed.
Yeah.
All I had was a microwave and a mini fridge, and I loved it. I mean, it was just such a cool experience. But I stayed there about 2 years, and my sister was getting married, and I was like, she's going to start having babies. Yeah, I don't want to miss all
Right,
that,
right.
as beautiful as it is, and
Yeah.
the lifestyle out there is refreshing. It's laid back,
It is,
right? It's
it
not
is.
stressful,
No.
and I really enjoyed everything about it. But those roots are stronger than everything else,
Oh, I agree, and it's actually a beautiful country out there. And the thing about the Denver area, and we were out in the Brighton area,
Mm-hmm.
which is just outside of Denver, and we had weather out there like we've been having here at home.
Yeah.
No snow. I was in
Rainy,
shorts
kinda?
most of the
Really?
time out there. But what the coolest thing about being out there, just after Christmas. You would think there'd be snow everywhere. There wasn't. However, you'd look at the mountains and they were just snow covered. It was
Yeah.
just like going from one dimension to another.
Yeah.
That's how
the
crazy
range
it was.
you can see ranges all around.
Yeah.
and they're all snow covered and just
And
beautiful.
what most people don't know about the Denver area, people are moving out of Denver, moving on the eastern side of Colorado now because of people are just wanting out of the bigger city there. Believe it or
Yeah.
not, people are moving to Colorado, but people in Colorado in the Denver area, they're moving east. Like the town of
Wow.
Wiggins, which is just about an hour away,
Mm-hmm.
it was at one point in time about the size of Sims.
Really?
But now it has grown to about the size of maybe Albin, Fairfield. Now it's bigger because
Yeah.
people are buying more homes on
Yep.
that side, eastern side of Colorado to get out of the Denver area. there.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
It's so cool too. I haven't been out there for, before my children were born. So 6, 7, 8 years. It makes me feel old.
Yeah.
But I loved driving. So I lived in Keystone area, and I would drive down to Denver, and there's just all these little old gold mining towns right off. I mean, even Golden, Colorado, where the
Yeah.
Coors factory is. But they're just, you can pull off and you see that this used to be a bustling town,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's pretty much nothing. So that kind of makes me happy to hear that people are moving back out and making those towns something again,
Right.
'Cause-
And that's what I think that's
probably cheaper.
It's cheap. Well, that's the thing. The homes in the Denver area are just astronomically.
Yes.
It'll just blow you out of the water when you hear the
Yeah.
prices.
Yep.
But the thing is, people were buying them so fast in the Wiggins area
Mm-hmm.
that they could sell their house within 12 hours if they wanted to move. That's how property sells out there so
Wow,
quick.
yeah.
And you may be like around here, it may stay on the market for maybe
Months.
but out there it may be. Well, I knew of someone out there that wanted to move, and they put their house up. 6 hours later, they had sold it.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh! And you're like, now where do I go?
Yeah, where do they go?
If I can't find something,
yeah.
if things are selling
Yeah,
that quick.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, 6 hours later, it had
crazy.
sold.
that is crazy.
Yeah,
I'm checking in on the live chat. Want to say hi to Brian Humphrey. He said he watches us every week, but he retracted the message. I caught it before you retracted it, though. And Eugene McGill, hello to Alderman McGill. Appreciate you guys tuning in. But, okay, what else did I have? Oh, I wanted to talk to you about your acting skills.
Oh, okay.
So, Mr. Mark Wells, that's how we got to meet each
Right.
other. He was an actor in the Murder Mystery Dinner last year. He was the principal for our 80s prom murder mystery. And you did such a good job playing that
Thanks.
part. I mean, you got in character, and we had group messages going. He was always scolding the kids, and and we got there to kind of do our dress rehearsal, and he was in character the whole time.
You
And
got to live the part.
you do, and he did a great job. We had so much fun. And this year, for our Murder at the Derby that's coming up on March 9th, Mark's going to be the MC.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It'll be
Looking forward.
fun.
It'll
You
be
got
a lot of fun.
you got a good radio voice. You got
Well,
a
thank
good
you.
MC voice. So
Thank you. I was trying to think, okay, how would a MC for a like the Kentucky
Right.
Derby look like? I'm a pretty big guy, so wearing a
Jockey
like a
suit.
jockey suit might look pretty embarrassing to me, but I might try it.
Can,
anyway,
can you
just
even
to see.
find one that big?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Probably the bottom of the pants would hit my knees, so it made me look like I was wearing football jersey or football pads and pants anyway, at least.
that is so funny.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun in March.
It will.
and you know what? It'll be here before you know it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we had a meeting yesterday, me and Amanda Amanda Staley, Lucy Potts. Where's my thing at? Lucy Potts, Kirsten Melton. We met yesterday and we're like, guys, it's 2 months away. Like, we got to get our booties in motion here because it's going to be here really soon. But let me pull up this. There it is. This slide really fast. All right.
Tickets are available now, though.
Tickets are available now. Murder at the Derby and the Wayne County Fairgrounds, 3/9/24. It's at the Floral Hall. We talked yesterday. We don't ever see it going away from the Floral Hall. We like having it there. It's I feel like it's a relaxed environment.
Yeah,
It's
right.
fun. But yeah, tickets are available. You can get them through myself, Amanda Staley, Lucy Potts, Kirsten Melton. You can also buy online. If you have Facebook, check out our Facebook page. There is a link to purchase online, which we do encourage. Let's see.
Someone did ask me yesterday, sent me a message asking me what the choices for dinner were.
Oh, I was going to
going
talk
to
about that. So, the Kentucky Derby apparently is known for the hot brown.
Yeah.
Hot brown. So I reached out to, sorry, I'm blowing up. I reached out to Sean Rush of the Green Pig, who did our catering last year, and it went over really well. And I was like, can you work on some ideas? We want to do something different. We just don't want to do like a beef and a chicken. And so Jorge, worked his magic, and he's like, let's do hot browns. So we're doing hot browns with turkey. And then the other option, I believe it's a roasted chicken or smothered chicken. So it'll be really good. You can choose from those. And if you are vegetarian or vegan, we encourage you to bring your own food or snacks or whatever. We just, to keep the cost down and stuff, we can't offer a bunch of different options.
Sure.
Right, yeah.
But we did try, we haven't decided on our sides yet. So if you guys have recommendations on sides, give us a holler. And
Cheesecake.
oh, cheesecake!
That's a great side. I
Yeah,
like that.
I think
Great
that's
side.
more of a dessert, y'all. But we can
Well,
do it as
dessert-wise.
a.
And
Thinking
if
ahead.
you want, if you want course, if you want a first course, a soup course, how about some burgoo?
Ooh. So we were talking about desserts yesterday, and we were talking about maybe a bread pudding. Bread pudding's a Kentucky Derby dessert.
It's always,
Yeah.
That's always a good call.
And then there was some sort of, do you know that screwball peanut butter whiskey? Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, yeah.
Screwball peanut butter whiskey, and it's some sort of like a cake with maybe the peanut butter. I think it's a vanilla cake, but it has that peanut butter whiskey sauce on it. Mm-hmm. So that might be an option. We did discuss having some bourbon almonds or pecans, bourbon pecans on the tables for everyone to enjoy. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we have 2 competitions going on. We always try to do giveaways or whatever, and
One's got to be best hat.
one of them's going to be best hat, and the other one is going to be a Southern Gent competition. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Derby or you've seen pictures.
I've seen pictures.
And they wear these cool blazers,
Yeah.
bring your swag, bring your swag, dress up. Guys can wear hats too if they want, but so there'll be a female prize and there will be a male prize. And we were talking, I think I'm going to schedule a hat decorating event at RJ on Main.
There you
get
go.
all the hat supplies.
You get a lot of people
Right.
involved with that.
I think it'll be fun. Even if they don't come to the murder mystery, if you have a derby party at your house or whatever, let's make some derby hats and have some fun.
Well, growing up in Kentucky, I've been to the Derby once.
Okay.
I never actually saw the Kentucky Derby.
So you were in like the pit.
I was
or
in the infield.
Okay, yep.
And there
the
were
party zone.
There were 100,000 people in the infield. So I never actually saw the Derby. I heard them take off and heard the call, but I never saw the Derby.
Oh
but
my
I've been to the
gosh.
Derby. Been to Churchill Downs several times. But
One question I did have, that the hot brown, that's similar to a beef Manhattan, basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like an open face
Yes, open
sandwich
face.
and turkey, and it has like a bolognese
Yeah.
or something on it.
Yeah.
Fancy words that I don't really know what they mean, but I'm sure it's going to be absolutely delicious. And we love having the Green Pig help. They don't just drop off the food and have you serve it. They sit in the kitchen and they get the plates ready and they hand them out to us, because that's the craziest part of the
Yeah.
whole event,
Right.
is getting everybody fed. We usually sell out, and our goal this year is around 120 people. We had a few more than that last year, and it almost got to be too crowded,
Wow,
too much,
yeah.
because every actor has to
Yeah.
have time to get to every table and answer questions, and we don't want any tables missed. We don't want any people not being able to get the full story to help figure out who the murderer is, right?
Right.
I don't know if I can give this away, but there's a fun twist in this one, too.
On this one?
Yes,
You know,
there's a fun
yeah.
twist.
Everybody wonders, do we know in advance?
Right.
And we don't. We don't know who in advance is the murderer.
Which makes it so fun. So even
whatever.
the murderer,
Yeah.
even the murderer doesn't know that he or she is the one that killed.
oh, really?
So it keeps it very fun.
Okay.
So we can't give away. Amanda and Kirsten and Lucy typically read the spoiler and
Sure.
find out. I don't, because I know I am weak.
Yeah.
I know. I don't have a poker face, right? Like, it's going to come across my face if you ask me, and I know. So, but yeah, I think that makes it so fun. And I love that we have local people doing it too. We don't hire out a service to come in and
Right.
bring their actors or whatever. It's the people you see in town and at work and at school or whatever that are doing the acting, and we have a lot of fun. I hope you had fun.
Oh, I had fun.
We enjoy it
Yeah.
a lot working
And
with everybody.
And one thing that I think what Fairfield has an advantage to compared to other communities around
Mm-hmm.
us that I have never read or seen where they have done something like this before.
Right.
In the past.
Yeah.
Maybe they have and they don't really promote it.
Yeah.
But it's such a big event. It gives people something to do.
That
and
was
that's what
our,
they're looking for.
Yep,
Oh,
that
it
was
a
our
lot of fun last year.
good. I'm glad. That was our whole goal with it. Is everyone always says there's nothing to do in Fairfield. There's nothing to do, and it's like this is such a fun event that we have went to in other towns, and why don't we bring it to Fairfield? And the first one we did was right before or after Valentine's Day, right around Valentine's Day weekend, and we planned it that way so people maybe could have a nice date night in Fairfield and not have to go out of town and spend a bunch of money. And tickets right now are $45 a piece, but $90, and you get a catered meal. We serve you, we bring you your drinks all night. We'll have champagne available, of course, some mint juleps. We're going to make some mint
Oh, yeah.
juleps, and that is all included in your price. You don't have to tip us. I have a sweet couple that I waited on both times, and they've always left me like $10. I'm like, oh, that makes my night,
That's nice.
But you don't
Yeah.
have to tip us. And I didn't even say anything. It goes to a good cause.
Yes.
So Amanda Staley started this, and it's called Live Not Afraid, and then it's Murder Mystery Dinner. And it started off of one of her great friends who passed away, and she wanted to honor her. She was in the military, and so we do scholarships each year with the proceeds that we have. We've never taken a dime of payment out of what we've profited. It all goes back to students, scholarships, FCHS. Students can apply for those, and I believe they'll have the applications up there soon. And our goal this year is 3 $1,000 scholarships.
Wow.
So it's all for the kids, and we love doing it, and having something fun to do in the community. So
Yeah,
You bet.
That's great.
thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Good.
I am too.
Good.
I'm not a part of it.
I was gonna say,
I
you're gonna
mean,
come.
but if you need help, call.
All right.
I'm,
Put
I'm
him
not
in
a
the part,
I'm
yes.
not the type of person that wants to be in charge. I mean, just tell me what
Right.
you need me to do.
I'm not gonna lie. I did mention your name at the meeting yesterday. I was like, "Do we need any more male actors?" Because I said, "I bet Mark would do it."
Oh, I would.
Or Bob.
I would be more than happy to do
Yep.
it, to help out if you need me.
And
I
you
will
know,
let you know.
Claire, you and the rest of the ladies need to be commended for what you're doing. I
Oh,
mean,
thank you.
that's a lot of work.
It is a
And
lot of work,
It's
yeah.
a lot of work, but
It's worth it.
it's
though.
worth it. And you mentioned a lot of the people that could benefit from something like this. As you're giving it to a worthy cause. You could do something like this 2 or 3 times a year and not run out of people who would benefit. Like
Right.
the proceeds they're going to go to so and so this
Yes,
time.
right.
So that's a good thing about
Right.
something like this.
Thank you. Yeah, that is the whole mission behind it, and we even talked about throwing in some pork burger sales here and there, or just doing something like that. I mean, because any money we can raise and the more we can give away, the better. It is a self-funded program now.
Yeah.
We had to chip in money in the beginning to get it off the ground, but it's self-funded. Like I said, we've sold out the 2 that we've had, and this one's projected to sell out again. So if you want tickets, get them now. $45. They will go up to $50 a piece on February 1st. So,
Well, put me down for 2.
okay,
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Put me down for 2.
Well, you're in it, so,
I am,
but you want to eat.
But my wife, a lady I used to work with in Des Moines, a good friend of ours, my wife and our friend, she came up. She drove all the way from down around Carbondale.
Oh, I didn't know who. Yeah, I didn't know who was with her.
And she drove all the way from Carbondale. She's coming back in March.
Good.
She's had so much fun, so she'll be back.
Good.
So,
Well,
yeah,
that's
2
great.
tickets.
That is great. We always love seeing the returns,
Right.
the people that came back, and we always love seeing new people too. We've, the ones we've sold. We went through the list yesterday and looked at names. We're like, wow, maybe about half of them
Yeah.
are new people, and the fact
Right.
that they bought early
Yeah.
is impressive because most people typically wait till last minute or
Right.
at least the month before because we're busy. Lives are busy right now, and it's hard to guarantee you can be somewhere or whatever. But
Yeah.
all right, let's see. You want to move on to weather, Mark? Mark and Mark, it's not confusing at all, right?
Oh, my goodness. Weather.
Weather.
Oh, my.
The dirty word of the
Oh,
day.
Wow. Well, we're going to see rain today.
All right.
It's going to get 48, but it's then going to drop to 21 for tonight. Am I in the wrong spot? Do I need to
No.
move?
There.
I'll go over here now.
No, yeah. I need one of those fancy remotes.
Remote
that just
controls.
moves.
Bottom
Good
drops
adjust.
out tomorrow. Man, 29 and 12. And then it gets cold.
That's
Sunday.
not factoring in the wind either. is it?
No. No. 12 and 2 on Sunday, 17 and 7 on Monday, 13 and 2 on Tuesday. At least they took the minus out of the forecast.
No.
Well, what are they talking about? Kansas City and Miami's playoff game in Kansas City on Sunday. It's supposed to be at
Gonna be
kickoff
cold.
0
Yeah.
at kickoff. Coldest it's ever been at a kickoff, I
Yeah.
guess, maybe.
Well,
All
you know,
right.
the Ice Bowl back in 67, Packers and the Cowboys was
Yes.
the coldest, but that was like minus 17, I think, wind chill.
Wind chill. wasn't it?
They're projecting this one to be the coldest, right?
I think
that's what I've
correct.
heard.
That's what I've heard, too.
Okay, I feel so bad.
it's
Let's
always
talk
windy
about
out
this
there.
for a minute. I feel so bad for Miami. Those guys, they've had a great season, right? This has been an amazing season for them. But God love them, how are they going to come to Kansas City and play in that type of weather?
They're not used
There's
to that
no
weather.
there's no way.
No way.
I mean, it'll be hard for Kansas City to play in that weather. And
know-
they're used to cold.
Probably the thing to do would probably go to somewhere where they can go outdoors and practice in the cold before they get to Kansas City.
Right, fly
on
in a couple of
Sunday.
days early
Right.
or something
Exactly.
and
Maybe
Maybe
get used
find
to
a
it.
refrigerated warehouse.
Warehouse.
They could practice in down at Miami.
Yeah.
Right. Get used to it. Try to catch the ball
Right.
and when your hands are frozen.
Oh, I can't imagine them doing that.
No.
Yeah.
Try it. I mean, how's the quarterback going to throw? You know? It's going to be
Yeah.
it's going to be tough, but
It'd be a challenge.
who are you guys rooting for? You
Oh,
got
my.
you got anything in the game?
Going to
I-
be KC, of course.
You're going with Kansas City?
Yeah, it got to be KC.
It has to be in that environment. I
Yeah.
would think maybe in Miami, if they played down in Miami, they might have their hands full.
Yeah,
down there.
I
you know,
think
it's
so,
that
too.
environment they're going to play in and the weather. So I
And
think Kansas City.
I feel like I love Kansas City. I'm all into the, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift thing. I know, I'm annoying. I'm one of those people. I can't help it. It's who I am. I love it.
No
I
comment, right?
Really?
freaking love it. But Miami's kind of a Cinderella story this year, and I root for the underdog always. I feel like this is the first time I'm on social media a lot, TikTok or whatever, and the coach is hilarious. He is so funny, and they have all these reels and stuff of him, and I love his like laid back coaching attitude, and he's just wearing sweatpants, and he's cool. But this is the first time I've really heard of Miami doing any good in a long time. I may be wrong, but anyways,
They were and they still the only team ever to finish the year undefeated.
what year was that?
1972.
Dan Marino
Dan Marino.
years?
No.
Before
way
Dan?
before Dan.
No.
I was gonna say I remember Dan Marino, so
Yeah.
I actually mostly remember him from the Jim Carrey movie.
Oh yeah.
What was it?
Ace
Movies.
Ventura.
Ace Ventura,
Detective.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What? Laces out, Dan. No, I need to go home and watch that one again. That's a classic.
You'll be watching that one over the weekend.
Yeah, I will.
1, 2, and 3. Right?
Wow.
That's a great movie. Jim Carrey's a
Oh,
classic actor, but he's a Canadian, right?
Yeah.
We have a
Yeah.
lot of good actors
There's
from
a lot
Canada.
of good comedians from
Yes.
Canada.
Yeah.
And it's
there
always
are.
comedic actors.
Yes.
Jim Carrey, Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
All those type of guys.
Wasn't my wife and I, we watched over the holidays, John Candy. Wasn't he from
Yes,
Canada?
he was.
Yeah, he was from Canada. And
Now,
that's
which John
someone
Candy movie
I'm
did you watch?
yeah. That was Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck.
Yeah,
okay.
Uncle Buck.
See, I watched The Great Outdoors
Yeah.
I don't know
a
if I
couple
know
weeks
that
ago.
one.
And with oh gosh, what's his name? Saturday Night Live. Dan Aykroyd. Dan
Oh,
Aykroyd.
okay.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I miss John Candy.
I know.
When you look at him, it's just hard to fathom that this guy he's not around us
I
anymore.
know.
And just think what he could have been as
Yeah,
if
because
his
he was like 40, 42 when
young,
he passed away.
very
wasn't he?
young. Yeah.
Well, and Tommy Boy. What was his name? The guy in Tommy Boy,
Oh,
the big.
Know you're talking about.
Yeah, the big guy. He was a great comedic actor. He was
Yeah.
he was on Saturday Night Live
Yeah,
a lot.
played Matt
Oh,
Foley.
yeah,
Lives
Matt
in the
Foley,
van down
yeah.
by the river.
Gosh, I am blanking. I'm
blanking
blanking
on that
on
one
his
as
name,
well.
but
Who
Yeah.
was in it too? Maybe
But he
somebody
was-
will help us
Someone
on the
will
live chat.
he
Please.
was real. He was real young when he
Yeah.
died too, and it's just crazy to think about. It really is what they could have done if they were still around.
Yeah.
But all right, are you a Mule Nation fan? You watch some Mule Nation ever?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got him drinking out of a Mule Nation mug this
Oh,
morning.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When are we going to get the Mule Nation water bottles?
Water bottles?
You know?
Water bottles. I have a koozie you could put on it.
Oh, well.
Gosh, how needy can you be? No, I'm just
Come on,
kidding.
Mark, get with the program.
Hey,
here.
everybody else has got Mule Nation cups or bottles, and I don't.
Drink
Wow.
coffee, and then you can be a part of the club.
There you go.
Well, I
You're
guess I
not a
could just-
coffee drinker.
He's
I guess I
not.
could get
Yeah.
a coffee cup and pour my water in.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, if I drink coffee because it's got caffeine, I'd have to go to the bathroom halfway through the show.
Yeah.
I'm
You're getting
okay.
old.
I'm in good shape now. I can, hop up and go.
Decaf. You could probably handle decaf,
Well,
but that wouldn't give you the kick you probably need.
Well, and that's I always thought, what the heck is the point? What are you doing
Right,
drinking
right.
it?
but you know, I can drink a soda at 10 o'clock at night and go straight to bed and I'm fine.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, the caffeine doesn't really bother me.
Interesting.
And I'll drink my coffee black. I'll put
Cream.
cream in it or anything. But I like putting just varieties of different creams in it. Like there's one now my wife really loves, and she doesn't drink coffee, but she drinks like hot chocolate, and she'll
Right.
put something in it. And
Really?
it's like, wow. She had me taste that one day, and I can't remember what it was.
Is
it had, It
Kahlua?
had something Kahlua. That's it. That's it.
You know, it's liquor, right?
Well, yes, I do know that.
I'm like, you're not drinking it and going hopping on the
no,
bus,
no,
right?
not at all. Not at all.
I'm just
You gotta
messing.
be
It's a
careful with
joke.
that.
It's a joke. It's a
yes.
joke.
It's not actually though. But it is very good. Though.
Good.
It is very
Tina
good.
drinks something called Frangelico. in
Chris
the car.
Farley, y'all. Chris Farley.
Chris
That's his name.
Farley.
Thank you,
Thank
Noah.
you.
Thank you.
Chris Farley.
Yeah,
That's right.
we were not coming up with
I
it at
couldn't
all.
think of it now.
Yeah.
either.
Sorry to interrupt, but
That's okay.
I came in the live chat and I was like,
Because
yeah.
because if you're like me, if you wouldn't have interrupted, we'd have continued talking. A half a second later, I'd have forgot it again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would have been like, wait, what was I going to say?
What was I going to say there?
Oh, it's awful.
Cold Stone Creamery has good stuff too to put in your
Oh,
coffee.
my God.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm,
that's pretty good stuff. Where is
is.
the closest Cold Stone Creamery now?
There used to be one over in Shiloh, which is just off I-64.
Oh, yeah.
Before you get to Fairview Heights, that would be around exit 12.
Okay.
And there used to be a Cold Stone Creamery over there.
Okay.
And you could get ice cream,
The
you
la-
could get coffee,
the
stuff like
last
that
I've
over
So
there.
seen
they have the
one-
best ice
The
cream.
last one
Yes.
I've seen was in Champaign.
I want to say there's one in Evansville, isn't there, or no?
I'm not sure.
There might
That's a
be.
good
I don't
point.
know.
Yeah, I need
There
to
might
look and see. They're all over out west.
Yes.
They're in
Yeah.
Colorado and I think out
Right.
there.
Stuff.
But
They mix up the ice cream on that
Oh,
marble.
That's
my,
so cool.
my. You just you could spend days in there eating ice cream and not
Yeah.
get sick.
favorite ice cream flavor? You got
Oh,
one?
my.
Can you narrow it down?
Mint chocolate for me.
High five.
Are you a mint chocolate
I'm a mint
person?
chocolate
I do. I like mint
person.
chocolate.
Oh, it's
fan
so
of the-
good.
Oh, probably the Cherry Garcia.
Okay. I'm not
From Ben
really a
Jerry's.
cherry person. Yeah.
Or the Americone Dreams.
What's that?
That is, it's got caramel, little bits of like a waffle cone.
Does it have the bottoms of the dipped or the, how you can get those waffle cones and it has that chocolate in the bottom of the
Yeah.
waffle cone?
Yeah.
Okay, I could get behind that. That's
Does
good
this
stuff.
ever happen to you guys eating ice cream and you go to get it out of the freezer? You may have to wait 30 to 40 minutes, even to an hour for it to thaw out before you can dip it. And that just, I get so
I
frustrated. at
know. I don't
that.
want to wait. Do you have a good ice cream scoop?
We do, and here it's probably around Thanksgiving. I had some mint chocolate ice cream
Mm-hmm.
at home, and I wanted some of that, so I got it out of the freezer, and it was solid.
Yeah,
brick.
yeah.
So I took it in, and I thought, man, I don't want to hurt my wrist
Right.
dipping that out. So I thought I'll just draw the sink for a little bit of hot water.
Yeah,
and
so
I
you're
got
gonna-
it as hot as I could get it.
Uh-huh.
Put the bottom, just set it in there and let
Right.
it float.
Yeah.
About 30 seconds later, that was the perfect temperature
Okay.
to thaw it out
See-
at. It
See,
didn't
I was
melt
gonna
fast.
say sometimes I run my scoop under hot water,
I've done that
right?
too.
Yeah, and that can
Yes.
help break it up a
Yeah.
little bit.
I
But
was going to say Sawzall.
Sawzall, listen,
Just cut you off a
Cut you off
slice.
a slice.
nothing's getting
Yeah.
between me and my ice
No,
cream. I'm
no,
getting it. Yeah.
no.
Oh, I want to say hi to Angela Vaughn tuning in from Florida this morning. She says, "Good morning, Fairfield. Thanks for checking in with us." Let's go through our recap of local sports this week. We had a Monday girls basketball at Hamilton County. Lady
And
Mules,
Get a win.
they won 26-23 for a conference win. Let's see. They were 9-15, so now they're 10-15 overall. 3-2 in the BDC East. Is Albion or
Yes.
Edwards County? Okay, so they are 4-2 in the BDC East. At that game, Lily Simpson scored 9 points and was named the Christina Copeland Country Financial Player of the Game. Always thankful for Christina Copeland sponsoring that and helping bring some attention to girls sports. We love it. On Tuesday, Mark went boys
Yeah.
basketball at Olney.
Down to Olney, we did our first freshman.
Yeah,
Live stream
freshman
of the
broadcast.
year.
We got a
Wow,
lot
awesome.
of
Good.
positive
Good.
responses
was
about
a lot
that.
of fun.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
It was.
Freshmen lost the
37-29.
Impressive win.
Yep. Freshman lost 37-29. Michael Barner scored 16, which is
Yeah,
awesome.
16, yeah.
JV Mules won. Had a
Oh,
great win, 46-33.
I love watching the freshman team play. I love
Yeah.
watching all three
Right.
of us play, but the freshman team
They
I
have
just
so
think
much potential.
Is really an exciting. I mean, they just go. They're 150%
All the time.
from start of the game to the end of the game.
Yeah.
and they're so deep and they're so balanced.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And
JU in the varsity, same way. I mean,
Kavachi, right? He's out.
Bryce Kavachi,
Bryce's
yep.
son
Yep.
is out.
He's got wearing the knee brace.
Yeah, the hurt knee, so he's out for I think the rest of the season.
Ethan
But
McElravy is out right now. He starts on JV, gets a lot of varsity time. Matter of fact, a couple of the freshmen the other night were out as well. Cruz Wells and Austin Grieve, who had been starters. They were out the other night. And Lane Tucker for the varsity is
my
out.
goodness! I mean, you get to
Yeah.
this point in the season, and we were talking about that on the wrestling broadcast on Tuesday as well. You start to get the wear and tear, and sickness is horrible right now.
no.
So I think every sport is feeling that.
I think all the sickness will be gone by the time Wednesday gets here.
The cold's going to
With
kill
this
it
cold,
all.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
everything.
Yeah.
Listen,
will.
there's a positive, so we'll take
Yep.
it. The boys varsity did lose 49-30, so their record went to 8-9.
Yeah.
Trent Bliss and Owen Gruen led the way with 7 points each. And then like I said, we did the wrestling match, and it was a tri-match against Centralia and Olney. Fairfield went 1-1 there. They won against Centralia, and then they lost to Olney. But, man, it was such an exciting match. Like, go back on Mule Nation. Actually, it was on Bobcat Nation. We aired it on there. Go back and watch it. Those kids work hard, and, I mean, we were up. We were up on our feet, like, just rooting and hooting and hollering. Like, it was a really fun match. The boys fought really hard, but didn't come out with the win. They play their senior night is coming up next Thursday, which we'll get to, but come out and watch them. They do a great job. Then yesterday, we had a double broadcast. We had girls basketball at home versus Edwards County, and the girls pulled out a win there. And I heard it was a great game. Mark and I were at Center Street. We streamed the Lady Colts Regional Championship.
Yeah.
What a fun team to watch.
It was fun. It was fun, and the Colts came out with a win.
They're
heading to state.
And they get to play Smithton.
Smithton.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
just south of
College.
Belleville. Yeah, just south
Okay.
of Belleville.
Is it a small?
It's a small community.
Okay.
Smithton's about the size of maybe Fairfield.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
well,
south
good.
of Belleville.
And
Yeah.
it'll be 4:45 p.m. next Friday.
Yes.
Over at Rend Lake College.
Be at Rend Lake
Wow,
College.
that's awesome.
We're gonna go and stream that. Speaking of upcoming broadcast, tonight we have boys basketball at
We
Carmi.
start our week and a half of trips to college.
For real. So you're at Carmi tonight, and then next week the
Wow.
Carmi
Yeah.
Invitational
Tuesday,
starts.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We will.
And then I think the girls play Carmi the week after that.
Probably sounds about right. Hey, Carmi's it's a great drive. It's not horrible. So
not bad.
And
yeah.
you know what? They always treat us good down there.
Yes,
They always treat us good.
we
Thanks
love
to,
Carmi. Thank you for
thanks
your
to Kurt Simon and the
hospitality.
crew down there. They just
Hospitality rooms are nice down there. I've been down there many times.
We've had many talks about it. They're
Oh,
all
my.
excited.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, the way to your guys' hearts, I know, is food.
Is the food. That's right. That keeps us going.
I didn't get a chance to earlier, but thank you for mentioning the menus. Now I'm really hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do have some Cheez-Its. I was going to do a taste test today of Cheez-Its versus fake Cheez-Its.
Oh, yeah.
But my kid was up here the other day, and he
ate all of
The Cheez-Its?
Ate the Cheez-Its.
Ate the
And
sample.
I got an extra box, but you know where it's at? My house in the in the cabinet.
So what was his opinion?
I don't know. He just ate the
Okay.
whole box of regular Cheez-Its.
Okay. Well, he must have preferred the regular
He
Cheez-Its
really
then.
likes those.
I
yeah.
like the toasted Cheez-Its. Those are really good.
Yeah, I do.
So
Those are
good. My TikTok algorithm right now thinks I'm have more time and more gumption than I really do. It's teaching me how to make homemade Cheez-Its and
Oh,
homemade
my.
goldfish
Yeah.
and all
That's
that
a lot of
stuff.
work,
That's a
though.
lot of work.
Yeah, that is a
And to
lot of
watch
work.
them just spill them on the
Yeah.
floor and feed them
Right.
to the dogs and step on them,
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know, maybe we shouldn't do that, but
It's all well and good to know how to make them, but
yeah.
it sure is easy to go and get them.
To go and get them.
I
That's right.
probably won't be doing that. But so also we said Carmi Invitational Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We also will have the boys senior night wrestling on Bobcat Nation on 118 Thursday, and that's against Pinckneyville and Carmi, and it'll start at 6. So I'm hoping to have Nick Carter and Marty Kewen back on there on the broadcast. They did a great job doing play-by-play. They know all the boys and they know all the moves. So
Yeah.
I got nervous. The broadcast was starting. It was like 2 minutes before 6. And I'm like, Where are they at? They're not here. This is going to be a really bad play-by-play wrestling.
Long night,
like, y'all.
They were.
Yeah.
They hopped on. They were.
They were
It's
making
good.
a dramatic entrance.
Yeah, in their defense, I did say just be there a little before 6. So they rolled up there about 6 o'clock, and
30 seconds before.
Yeah, Marty had his computer with all these stats
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's good. Prepared.
I know, prepared for sure. So
That's one thing that is really upcoming is wrestling programs around here.
Well, I mean,
we have a grandson that's involved in wrestling, and they travel a lot on Sundays and wrestle, and they learn a lot at that age to where they can take it up to whenever they get into high school.
it's a very inexpensive sport to add to a high school or junior high or wherever.
Right.
We
we talked about that a lot, like even from when I was in school, how much that program has grown.
Yeah.
They may have had 7, 8, 9, 10 kids on it when I was in school, and now it's,
they got 35,
busloads of
36
people, yeah.
players on the team.
yeah, and they have a great program, and they have had winning seasons, and we'd like to see some tournaments happening there
Yeah.
at the high school. Marty kind of mentioned it'd be great to raise some funds and get them their own training room. They practice in the girls' gym, and just kind of invest in that program a little bit.
Most wrestling programs at the high school level, you'll see. I mean, they're practicing in the girls' gyms
Yeah.
or the junior high cafeteria,
Right.
things
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
Any place they can set
Find
up their
room.
mats,
Yeah.
they're practicing.
I never wrestled in high school or anything, but I can remember back in the days in wrestling, and when I was in high school, they would get the cafeteria warm after lunch that day, and they would go up there and practice. A lot of the guys would go up there and practice
yeah,
and
'cause
put the
you're always trying
wrestling
to
mix
make
down.
You gotta get it hot so you can sweat out.
Sweat out, yeah. Sweat.
I wrestled a couple of years in high school, my first couple of years, because I didn't hit my growth spurt till in between my sophomore and junior year. But we had a guy on the team. He was constantly overweight. Mm-hmm. Well, we'd be on the bus going to a meet, and they'd crank the heat as high as they could get it in the bus. He'd have 2 sweatsuits, a sauna suit, and he'd just run up and down the bus trying to make weight
my
the
gosh.
entire
Yeah.
trip.
Wow. Yeah, I always laugh at the ones I've went to. It's like right after weigh-in, you see them all go grab their granola bars and their yogurt and finally getting some food for the day. And but yeah, gotta get that. Gotta meet that weight.
Always get a kick. The movie The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
The one kid is a wrestler.
Yeah.
And his lunch, he brings it's a grocery sack,
Grocery
and
sack.
he's got donuts, and he's got 3 things of milk, and he's got
Oh, my.
4 or 5 sandwiches,
Right,
Oh, my
right.
Because he's already made weight.
Why?
Right.
And he can eat. He can eat.
Yeah. That's funny.
Something else, guys, speaking of sports while we're on that subject, not taking anything away from our boys that are coming up through the system and going into school, but we've got some girl athletes that are coming up through the grade school system now through Jasper, New Hope, Jeff, Fairfield, that are really going to be powerhouses when they get into high school.
I know.
I talked to, Kurt Robbins the other day. Kurt and I were talking, it's been a couple of weeks ago, about Emerson and her looking forward to going to Utah State. And what a great university that's going to be for her to go to. It's
awesome.
It's nothing compared to what some of these universities are here. It's a small community where she's going, more laid back, focus on their students. But talking to Kurt and seeing his next daughter that's
Jensen.
coming up, Jensen, she's just about as big as Emerson.
Yeah.
And we have a granddaughter that goes to Jasper, and volleyball's her big thing. And they're getting ready to start their volleyball program under Chet
Oh, good.
that they're looking forward to this season. But
Yeah.
it's just amazing what our female athletes are going to bring to the high school in the next couple of years. It's going to be amazing.
It's so cool to see because when I was in school, there just wasn't a great turnout at female sports. There just wasn't. And it's like so cool to go and see now at a volleyball game. I mean, it's just as crowded as a basketball game,
Right.
Let me tell you
And-
that gymnasium at Center Street last night was
packed.
to the brim.
Yeah. It
Not sure
was.
you could have fit 10 or 12 more people in
Wow.
Right, and that's something too with us doing these, broadcast of it. A couple people have said to me like, well, what about you're taking away from the door? You're taking away from the door, and it's like no, we're not marketing this for the people that are here that are, fans and that want to come. We're for the grandparents that are in Florida for the winter. We're for the aunts and uncles
Right.
that don't live in town. We're for my friend that lives in wherever, or my husband who never has been to a game in his life, but he sits and watches it at home. You know what I mean? It's definitely not to take
And
away
how
from
many
the
times-
school and the profits that they make.
And how
but-
many times have we had former players who are off at college
Right.
chime in?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
we're
Peyton-
watching from
Peyton Allen, every wrestling broadcast
Yeah.
he's on, and he watches.
and football the same way.
Yeah,
Right.
and even alumni that just haven't they don't live here anymore, and they don't have anyone in the school, but they like to tune in.
Right.
It's trying to get that community spirit. We're all rooting for the same team. Let's get behind it
Right.
and
Right.
bring a little positivity to the town. That was our kind of mission behind it. So
And the thing too is that you may see a lot of parents, a lot of fans in the stands at the game that Mule Nation is out
Yeah.
watching.
They have
Because
it on, listen to it.
They have that listening. They hear the crowd,
Right.
but they don't hear the play-by-play,
Yeah.
the interaction
Yeah.
between the announcers. So
And a
that's
lot
big
of
thing.
them love to go home and watch it afterwards. The players and the parents,
Right.
they'll say they go home and they like to hear what we say about them, or watch it again and
Sure.
just see what they did wrong or whatever. So, or did good, But yeah, we love it and we hope it continues. All right, question of the day today, y'all. I need your opinions. You can
All right.
chime in on the live chat too. We're off the camera for a minute here. All right, Business of the Year for the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce and Outstanding Community Service Award winners. Do you guys have suggestions, nominations? Keep in mind, they have to be a chamber member. The Business of the Year has to be a chamber member, and they cannot have won it in the past, I believe, is the
Right,
rule.
yeah.
And that's for the Outstanding Community Service Award winner. It can't be Clifford Reaver again, who won last
Right.
year, or
Right.
La
La Fuente won a couple
Fuente
years
won the
ago.
Business of the Year last year. Was it La Fuente last year or the year before
That was
that?
a year before.
Who was last year? I know wasn't community service. Skateland. Oh,
I think, was it Tim McBride last year?
I think that was
Was
2
it-
years ago.
Say
years
the
ago.
one-
You didn't go. Yeah, you didn't go
I didn't
last.
make it last
yeah,
year.
you didn't
Yeah,
go last year.
We were off doing medical things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know. I was sad you missed it, but
I know.
Ken Odie made a post on social
I saw
media,
that, yeah.
and
Yeah,
he was
I
asking
saw
it,
that
and there's a
too.
lot of great
Oh, there is.
recommendations.
It's, it's hard to come up with.
I saw
One.
Gordy and Diana Toombs, and
Yes.
I'm not.
Not opposed
I
to
can't
that
argue.
one. No.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Gordy and Diana do a lot. They kind of started the trend of renting out the pool and paint, so
Right.
kids could go swim for free. They've paid for kids to go ice skate for free, and just doing stuff like that. They do the senior wall. Diana's very involved in Quilts of Valor, that type of stuff. So I think they are a great nomination. I think Ken Odie is a great nomination. He does a lot for the community as well. I know he helped with the Senior Citizen Center raising money. He is really involved in the Cornerstone Community Church and helping out with the food bank there
Right.
and that type of stuff. And I mean, he's got his hands in about everything.
Yeah.
So he's a great, in my mind, nomination too. Business of the Year, one that popped up a lot, was La Fuente, but they just recently won, so they couldn't do it. Vaughn's Tire.
Right.
Which I really
They-
think that's
they-
a great idea
Their
I
too.
agree with
investment
that
in
one.
the community it's more than $1 million, isn't it?
Yeah, that's over $1
Yes.
million building that they just built, and
State of the art type building from what they came from too. More
Yes.
bays, more space
yeah,
to be able to work.
yes,
And Stephen and his wife Jessie are lifelong residents.
yep.
And they
From here.
they invest back in the community.
Yes.
They're
They bought their building from a local company.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, Walters Buildings built that for them, and they do a lot. They do a lot for our community, and I like that suggestion as well. I think it's good.
Can't argue with it.
I know. So we will wait and see. The deadline for those nominations is January 31st. You can hand deliver them to Libby Lingefelter at the Chamber of Commerce or shoot her an email. I would try to recite her email, but I'll mess it up.
Because that That chamber dinner, the annual banquet is coming up quick too.
Yeah, it's March 11th, I believe, is the dinner, and all chamber members and their employees are welcome to attend that. You can purchase your tickets from the chamber. I love going to that. It's always a lot of fun. So, planning on being there again this year, and maybe I'll get a table for all of our Mule Nation, RJ Marketing, the whole gang. We can all attend together. I know we're growing, man. It ain't just me and you anymore.
No, it ain't.
Started out with me, brought Mark on. Now we have Ashley. I'm getting an intern on Monday. We've got all of our Mule Nation and Bobcat Nation contractors that help us broadcast the games. And we've had a lot of guest play-by-play people.
Sure.
You know, we have a lot of really talented people in our community. Like I said, Marty Kewen and Nick Carter helped with wrestling. Nick comes and helps with softball some.
Yeah.
We may be reaching out to you to help
Anytime,
with
yeah.
By the way,
And,
congratulations. Go out to you.
What for?
This place.
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
Celebrated
right.
1 year. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's hard opening a new business, which my business technically, let's see, it's been 5 years since
Oh,
I
wow.
started it. But I started it in October of 2019. And it was just started off of L. Brian Williams reached out and was needing some help with his Facebook. And I was at home with a 6-week-old baby and a 1.5-year-old. So it started from my phone, laying
Sure.
in bed, taking care of babies or whatever. And we slowly grew. And so I had time to get a
Yeah.
foundation. And then I was like, okay, I'm ready to take the plunge and
And
get the
then it
building.
exploded.
And then it exploded. Mule Nation, yeah, it took off and expanded into Bobcat Nation, bought this building, expanded into RJ on Main. We've started RJ on the air now. And we just keep projecting forward. We've got lots of
there could be
ideas.
more to come.
Yeah, we've got lots of ideas, and
That's good.
we're go-getters, and we like to, invest in our community for
Yeah.
the most part. That's the whole goal. So
Yeah.
When you think about the growth of Mule Nation and what you guys have brought here to the community, it's just amazing. I
Well,
mean, it
thank
just
you.
took right off and
It sure
exploded,
did,
like
yeah.
you said, exploded.
it was I didn't realize what a need there was for it. I had no idea what we were getting ourselves into when it started. Oh, we knew it was a need, but you know what I mean? Like, we went to 1,000 subscribers in 6 months or something like that. I mean, it was
Wow,
it was
that's awesome.
It was before the end of the first football
Yeah.
season. I think we had hit 1,000.
Yep. And still about 60% of our viewers aren't subscribed. So,
Wow.
yeah, so that's something we really want to try to
Sure.
work on, just get subscribers, and that only helps our viewership and growing and stuff too.
We
So,
appreciate FCHS
Yes.
Oh,
for
gosh,
allowing
yeah.
them, allowing us to,
Right.
use the Mule Nation moniker.
oh yeah,
mean,
yeah, we
they-
went
Yeah.
to the school board meeting and we asked their approval on that. I'm a rule follower very
Sure.
much, so
And
they
they were happy to jump on board
Right.
and happy to allow us to be a part.
yes,
That's awesome.
Of the high
hopefully
school.
that never changes,
I hope
but
not,
yeah.
we have open lines of communication. So, but yeah, I feel honored to be a part. I love FCHS. It's my alma mater. I had a great experience there. I wasn't an athlete, but I always liked going to the games, and it's so fun after being removed for as long as I was to be back involved with the athletics and
Sure.
the rest of the school. I mean, we get to do show choir and band
Yeah.
concerts and plays, graduations, and we have a great group of kids there right now. I've enjoyed getting to know them and
Yeah.
work with some of them.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
It has been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
And it's just something they'll always remember and cherish, and they can always go back and remember the experience they
I
had
hope so.
too. So
Yeah. All right, let's go into some events for the weekend. We have
Because, there's nothing to do here in
nothing
Fairfield.
to do. We got nothing going on. All right, Ben Wilson's Dirty 30 party, and you're invited to JW Saloon. DJ Josh Brown will be there, and it starts at, you can go whenever, but it starts at 8 p.m. DJ Josh Brown will be there. Go out and, celebrate with Ben Wilson for his 30th birthday. We've got, oh no, where'd it go? We also have another event at JW Saloon, Sunday Fun Day with the Dirty Duo, Bo Tatum. You know Bo Tatum? And
I know a Bo.
Yeah, he's a
Very
good
talented.
dude. Yes, he is. I kind of offended him the first time I heard him sing live. I was like, man, you're really good. He's like, well, what'd you think I was going to be? You know, I'm like, ooh, that came out wrong.
So Ben Wilson's Dirty 30 is on Saturday.
Yep.
And then the
The
Dirty,
Dirty
Duo is
Duo.
on Sunday.
and
Then Monday is cleanup day, right?
no,
Yeah, right.
and
Yes,
Sunday the Dirty Duo's playing, but the Gritty Kings are opening for him.
The Gritty
The
Kings?
Gritty Kings. So it's getting
So it's kind of a grimy weekend.
it's
out
a
there.
grimy weekend,
Yeah.
but clean up. Mary will be there to clean up on Monday. So, all right, we got a paint and sip at RJ and Main on 1/15. That's Monday.
What are you sipping?
Wine. I feel like these are all alcohol themed. I apologize for that. But
Now, painting, are you like taking something and bringing people in to
so
paint?
Natalie Hurd from the high school. She's
Okay.
the art teacher
All right.
up there. She, I think Cassie Hodges is kind of leading it. They rented out RJ on Main, and they sent out some different paint options. And I think they decided on this like beautiful bird on a limb. And Natalie's going to walk you through kind of step by step how
Right.
to paint it. And you also get to sip your wine. Listen, I am not artistic at all. Mine will not turn out looking like a bird
Trust me.
at all if
Trust
I
me,
show
though,
up.
You will be surprised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you will be.
Because I know Tina has been to a couple of these in different areas. And I
Yes.
think your wife,
Sherry has been to a
And-
couple of them. as
Okay.
well.
They enjoyed them?
Yes.
they really enjoyed it. And
Good.
I know Tina did, and I think Sherry did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife, we have, probably 6 or 7 paintings hanging in the
Yeah.
home where
Really?
she has painted. And
They're good.
I was surprised. She didn't think they would turn out very well, but
Yeah,
I'm thinking, wow, you did awesome. But you're right. They teach you how to do it.
If
Yeah.
if I show up, can I wear denim and a Bob Ross wig?
100%.
Right.
They'll probably wave your
and talk
feet.
like this because the
Happy
these are Bob
trees, happy trees.
Happy trees.
Yes.
I remember when we were young. We were living in a trailer in Newton, Illinois, with my dad. He had moved there, and I remember my sister. She's the artist in the family. I am not, but all she wanted was the Bob Ross art kit. You know, it's like. I know my dad didn't have the money to buy that for her, but he figured out a way, and he got her that Bob Ross art kit for Christmas. And I mean, her dreams came true.
yeah.
You know
I
what I
bet.
mean? And
There's-
she made some beautiful paintings with it.
There is one of the stream Pluto TV, I think, has a Bob Ross channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's a legend. He's a legend.
You know, something else that's big along the lines of painting is pottery. Pottery is a
Yeah.
big thing now, too.
Yeah.
So,
That'd be a fun one to.
yeah, that might be something you might be able to host.
I was going to say, I
sometime
always
here.
love coming up with fun class ideas.
Yeah.
Once again, just things
Right.
you can do in Fairfield and not have to go out of town and date night related or girls' night out or whatever. But my sister, she lives in Clarksville, Tennessee, and there's always stuff going on there. So she gives me ideas sometimes. We're thinking about she went to a succulent class down there.
Oh,
so,
wow.
And they
Yeah.
had like the cement blocks. I mean, they're beautiful. I don't know why. They're cement, but they're just these cool blocks. And you got to, based off your price point that you pick, however many succulents, and they have the greenery and the rocks and whatever, and you get to make your own little succulent arrangement.
Yeah,
so
little garden.
maybe that's something, you and Tina could help me orchestrate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flower people. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, I love stuff like that. And
Yeah,
I
right.
talked to Sheila Zerlini about maybe doing a beginner sewing class or
Mm-hmm.
a knitting class, things like that, because all that's trending back in.
Sure,
Right?
right,
There for a long
exactly.
time, we like to just, let's buy it, and now it's
Now
like,
it's
wait,
maybe
how do I
yeah.
can food? How do
Yeah.
I knit? How do I sew a
Crochet.
button? Yes.
Crocheting's big.
Oh, it's
Big.
huge.
Yeah.
I'm
do-
seeing businesses pop up now with crochet.
Crocheting.
I can, my wife and I, many
Did you
years
do that
ago.
yourself?
Yeah, there you go.
I did this myself, y'all.
She bought a bunch
Ignore
of
the buckle tag.
a bunch of yarn, and we went to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to go on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
We left Fairfield. I drove all the way to Florida and back, and by the time we got home, she had crocheted a full-size blanket.
Wow.
Yeah, by the time we got home. And that was like, wow. And here I'm driving, watching her doing this, and she's just watching and just
not even paying
not
attention
even
and
paying
doing
attention.
it. Wow.
I'm thinking, how do you do that?
It becomes second nature.
Yeah.
Business of the year last year was classic. Thank you,
Okay.
Angela.
Yes,
I
thank you.
literally have no memory. I cannot believe I forgot that. But yes, Angela came in clutch there. She suggested a barn quilt class, which
you
I
go.
love
Yeah.
that idea. I've
Yeah.
always wanted a big old barn quilt. So, Naomi, can you help teach that one or? Oh goodness. All right, another Sunday Fun Day coming up on the January 21st, and this is at JW Saloon as well, but it's a benefit for Rick Dye.
Yeah,
You guys know
yeah,
Rick?
yeah.
Yeah, I
He
know
lost his home
Yeah.
on Christmas Day to a fire. And one of the things we talk about a lot that we love about our community, people step up when there's people in need. And there's been a lot of different, random benefits and people taking, hey, someone.
Someone hit their panic alarm.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it me? Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Okay.
Not the brown van out front.
All right.
But anyways, JW Saloon there having an Andy King band come out, do a Sunday Fun Day, and $10 cover for that, but all of that will go directly to Rick Dye. They're making a big old cast iron thing full of chili, and some people have donated hot dogs, so you can have chili dogs or a hot dog with your chili. I'm sure there'll be peanut butter sandwiches. There's going to be some live raffle things, and all the proceeds from those things will go directly to Rick. So come out. If you haven't heard the Andy King band yet, they're awesome. They do Texas country and
Texas swing, huh?
Texas swing. They have a steel guitar in their band.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
it's
awesome. The steel
Yeah.
guitar. Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
They're very, very talented artists, and I always enjoy going to see them. I tell Mark he needs to go out all the time, but I'm waiting for the summertime. They have this beautiful beer garden out back and a big old stage, and they've built this tall like loft area where you can go up the stairs and sit and watch too. But it's so nice in the summertime when you can be outside.
Oh yeah.
When they're inside, it's a little small. It's a little crowded, but I like to
Right.
have space.
Yeah, you want that elbow room. so to
Right. I
speak.
want to be able to like dance around too, you know?
Right.
I like to like I guess line dance or, what's it called? Country dance. I don't know. It's fun. But Noah is not a
The
dancer.
two-step.
The two-step.
Two-step.
Noah's not a dancer. CG Reeser and I, back in the day, she was always my dance partner. When we'd go out, we'd be spinning each other around the dance floor. We had a routine. We had it down.
I was scolded one time
Uh-oh.
about dancing.
Uh-oh.
Went to my high school reunion a few years ago, and I got a good friend. She's from Texas.
Okay.
Okay. Well, she's like, "Oh, we two-step." I said, "Yeah, I can two-step. Let's go out there." Not even close to doing the same thing as what they do in Texas for what they call the two-step in Texas. So I got scolded and got a lesson that day. So,
That's hilarious. You just think you know.
yeah.
You know something else that's big. A lot of the older folks do
yeah.
square dancing.
Yeah.
They I think Wayne City, maybe the community center
Yeah.
over there, still
Plus,
does that.
and plus they have dances.
Yeah,
And I think
dances.
down a little bit farther south here, down by Benton, Whittington.
Whittington.
There's
I
an
believe
actual
so. Dance
dance hall.
There's a dance hall down there.
Yeah.
Really? In
Yeah.
Whittington?
Yeah, down there. And these people really go all out for that. They
Oh, yeah.
wear the dress. They wear the men will wear the
So
shirts,
Yeah.
the blue jeans, the boots. I mean, they really get into that. It's a good exercise for them.
Yeah.
And they really enjoy it. That's something big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be one, I think, in Edwards County, right? Or over there. My mama and papa used to always go line dancing. I want to say it was over
Somewhere
that
out
way.
in,
But
yeah.
anyways, it's so fun. And it's kind of a thing of the past. But I'm glad to hear Whittington's
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
still
it's Whittington,
rocking
yeah.
over there. That's great. I want to get to Frontier Community College. Bobcat Athletics are putting on a Glow Bingo on Friday, February 9th. There's going to be over $1,000 in cash prizes, so go support them. It is, $25 in advance or $30 at the door, and it's at the Elks Lodge, if I didn't say that. But cash bar, bring your own snacks, and then they will have some light snacks available. But help support the Bobcat Athletics, I think they're looking to, I know like the baseball's wanting a new scoreboard
Yeah.
or, they just have different things,
And
new jerseys,
Yeah.
there's
there,
just a
there
lot.
are things that they, every
Right.
every school and every coach has a wish list.
Right.
Sure.
And that's
so let's try
this
to
money
raise
is
some
going to help them.
funds. And speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and go to that since we already talked about murder mystery. But I have a news story about. I think I printed it out. Yeah.
A murder mystery?
No.
Oh.
Bobcat's Queen of Hearts.
Oh, yeah.
The final drawing.
Yeah, so it's been almost
That's
a year
coming up, right?
since, Frontier Community College started the Queen of Hearts 50-50 raffle. The jackpot has grown to over $21,000.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So starting January 16th, they will draw every weekday until they find the Queen of Hearts. Drawings will be held at Frontier Community College Student Services Building. They will be live streamed on their Facebook page. Times for the drawings will be posted on their Facebook page as well. If they don't find the Queen of Hearts, they'll keep drawing into February. So
Every day. Drawing
Every
every
day.
day.
Every day
Until
for
they
that.
find the Queen of Hearts.
that was once a week. We went to every day now. So tickets will be sold until 4:30 p.m. on January 12th. So today, y'all,
I've already
is your.
got my
I've got to
tickets.
get mine.
Gotta
I
get
bought
them.
my ticket. Well, I've had 2 people come in.
So do we have? So the tickets are gonna last this time. They're not switching them out, right? Every time before we had to buy
You had to buy new ones.
new ones.
this
So
is-
all tickets will stay in the drawing, and you can buy more tickets until noon the next day. So
Yeah,
they
you
will
increase
stay
your
in
chances
there.
there.
Yes, they will.
Wow.
stay
So
in
I've,
there.
That's
I've bought
awesome.
from a couple of different folks who have come in from the college.
good.
A couple of softball players, a couple of volleyball players. So.
Good. Yeah, support that. I love to hear
Oh, yeah.
that they're up to $21,000. I think we would all love to win that.
Now,
Oh,
now
yeah,
the
that
winner
would be
takes home
nice.
half of that.
Half
So,
of it, right? I would feel bad taking half of it, but maybe I'll just give a little donation back.
You'd find a good use for it.
I would.
I know something you can expand on. Yeah. there you
Yeah,
go.
I think we
Yeah,
have
well,
something.
looking at this
Right.
room here.
There you
I
go.
think we have something we could
Yeah,
invest that
right.
in. So, anyways, go support them. You can go into the student services building and get them. You can also purchase them online through the bookstore. Get your tickets.
Yeah.
This was another news story. Thank you, Tom Levine, by the way, for sending us news stories every week. We sure appreciate you and your help. I thought we could talk about this, though, with your background. A new bill was proposed last week in the Illinois House that would require law enforcement agencies that encrypt their police scanner transmissions to allow certain media to access that traffic. According to HB 4339, a law enforcement agency that encrypts the police scanner transmissions must provide, by license or otherwise, real-time access to those transmissions to broadcasting stations, radio broadcast stations, and newspapers. If the measure becomes law, it will go into effect on January 1st, 2025. Currently, law enforcement agencies in Mount Vernon and Jefferson County encrypt their scanner traffic.
Right.
So how do you feel about that?
Well, there
Tell me.
are things out there that the public doesn't really need to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that may cause
yeah.
mass hysteria
Exactly.
or
responding to a critical incident situation, which happens a lot.
right,
you
and then it
don't,
gets a picture on the front.
Exactly,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
You don't
Front
want John Q.
page,
Public
Right.
just showing up just because he
Yeah.
wants to see.
That's the reason for the encrypted channels. A lot of police agencies have scramble channels where
Okay.
they can switch over from their primary frequency to a scramble channel. Is just a flip of a switch where it's going to sound garbled to the scanner listener.
Okay.
And you can hear people talking, and when they're that scramble, it's just
Kinda
like gurgling.
Kind of like Charlie Brown's teacher.
Yeah, exactly. But, there are some things the public doesn't need to know, and that's why the encryption is very important to police agencies. And it's for their safety.
Their
If
safety,
they're
the
doing
safety
some
of the
type,
public,
some type
you
of an
know.
investigation, if
Right.
there's a hostage situation,
Yeah.
what do most people do when they hear a fire truck?
I was gonna
Follow the fire truck.
I was going to bring that up.
Or-
Do not
Yeah.
follow the fire truck.
No,
Do
no.
not follow the ambulance.
Unless they're hauling around
Yeah.
a team that's won regional or
Oh, right, right.
Something
Then
like
follow and
that.
honk your horns.
You
Okay,
betcha.
but
Yeah.
we came up on a really bad accident on Highway 15 East the other day, and there were lots of emergency vehicles coming out, and it's just such a sad, scary situation. and we do not need to be in their way at all. So, nothing to see here. It's not
Right.
It's not gossip. It's people's lives that are at risk, and you've got to stay clear and let people do their job and try to have the best outcome that they possibly can. So
a lot of people have scanners. I personally don't have one. I had enough of that for a long time. I used to have a scanner, but I don't have one. And they make apps now on your phone where you can pull up and listen to different police agencies now.
Yeah.
I have one on my phone that you can listen nationwide, and
Wow.
that's good to listen to other activity going on.
Right.
But when they scramble it, there's a reason why they're scramble it, or they're going to the encryption channel. A lot of police radios now are going encryption to keep people in scanner land from listening to what's going on.
So I'm guessing that bill was probably proposed by some frustrated news outlets that aren't getting the information
I
that
would
they want.
venture to guess that's probably
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And being from news sources, you know what I mean, radio and podcast and what we do, I completely can see the need for that because I am also an anxiety-ridden person. So if I were listening to a scanner and I hear a hostage situation or whatever, say it, be at a school or a business or whatever, my mind's going to go into hysteria, and I'm
Right.
going to go and try to, you know what I mean?
Well, Mark will understand where I'm going with this comment. Being like in a news, like if you're a news director in a radio station, most radio stations have scanners, and if they hear something major happen, boom, that news director's
on.
out the door. They're going to go try to figure out the coverage, and I can understand that people
Right.
want to know what's
Right.
going on.
Right.
But that opportunity may be limited if they go to the encrypted channel.
Yeah.
They'll just have to rely on just getting the information from the police department when they can. or
Right.
whatever agency's
Right.
responding.
There's certain things that just need to be a little bit delayed before they
Yes.
reach the public.
Right.
I completely understand that. So, I did want to mention too. There's a food safety course coming up at Frontier Community College, sanitation and safety certification course. It is 8:30 to 4:30 on Monday, January 22nd, at Bob Boyles Hall. It meets the Illinois Department of Public Health requirements for certification of 8 hours of classroom instruction in specific food safety areas. The ServSafe Food Manager certification exam will be given at the end of the course. Registration deadline is next Thursday, January 18th. To enroll in the class, call Frontier at 618-842-3711. Let's go on to, I guess we got some birthdays and anniversaries. Happy birthday!
Need to train Mark to sing happy
I
birthday before
know.
you read all these people.
Well,
So-
I can,
He tried to hum on the air last week.
It's your birthday.
It was more of
there
a.
you go.
I can do that.
Yeah, you could do that.
It was
That
more of
works.
a and
Yeah.
Johnny's
My-
like, that's not a hum.
Yeah, my humming is not the greatest in the world.
Right.
He was an athlete, not a musician.
Right,
Okay?
yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. All right. Happy birthday, January 9th, to Wilma Aman, Steve Bruce, Sherry Tolis, James Marsh, Carrie Halber, and happy anniversary to Anthony and Mariah Vaughn. On January 10th, happy birthday to Cole Richards. January 11th, Mildred Gain, my cousin Nathan Simpson, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Doug Dreeth. Doug is the late Mayor Mike Dreeth's son, his middle son. I want to give a shout out for him too. If you guys are not following him on YouTube, Dreeth Entertainment, he's hilarious. I mean, he's got a particular sense of humor.
Right.
It may not be for everyone, but he's grown. I mean, I can't remember how many, maybe 5,000 followers he has, and he
Oh,
just started
wow.
this a couple months
Is
ago.
that right?
Yeah, so at Dreeth Entertainment, check him out. See if he's for you. He's really funny. Happy birthday to Dana Bear. Dana, of course, owner of Steph's Coffee Shop in Mill Shoals.
Yeah.
God love her. I'm just so sad to hear about
Yeah.
that whole
It's a
situation.
tough situation down there for her.
It is, but we sure appreciate you, Dana, and everything you've done for Mill Shoals through Steph's Coffee Shop and honoring Steph. So, also, happy birthday to Stacy Putney. She's down in Florida now.
Yeah, she's loving the big life in
She's
Florida.
loving the life down there. I'm jealous of you, Stacy. But happy birthday to another cousin, Andrew Simpson, and Emily Watson. Today, January 12th, happy birthday to Matt Dinsmore, Amos Gregory, Louis Jolly, and happy anniversary Jessica Vaughn and Justin Westall. Jessica Westall now, but tomorrow, happy birthday Regan Bassinet, Quentin Butcher, and Nicole Shornborn. And then on January 14th, happy birthday, Olivia Iris Bond. Happy birthday, everyone. If you have birthday or anniversary submissions, please send them to rjontheair@raylanjames.com. You can also message us on Facebook, on our Facebook page, or get a hold of Marker.
Yeah.
We'd love to grow our list and keep going. So, all right, Mark, what we got for trivia? I told him to give us a little bit of
We got a hodgepodge.
a little hodgepodge, a little radio trivia, little
Yeah,
this
little-
and that.
Little radio, I think it's maybe one-hit wonders. Maybe some pop culture thrown in there. All right, here we go. Okay. What does the term DJ stand for?
Oh,
Disc jockey.
yeah, right.
Look at that.
Disc jockey. We better know that.
Okay. Which episode of an American radio drama became famous for allegedly causing mass panic in 1938?
War of the Worlds.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
Was that right?
Yeah, War of the Worlds, yeah.
War of the Worlds, yeah.
All right, number 3. Who was the first radio DJ to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Wolfman Jack.
Wolfman Jack. Yeah,
I was
buddy.
gonna say Casey Kasem.
Remember that movie he was in? American Graffiti.
American Graffiti.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He was always, I think, on WLS out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he
Great
had
station.
he had a TV show
Yeah,
back
he
in
did.
the 70s,
Yeah, he
didn't
did. Yeah, he did. I
Midnight
can't,
something or other?
Midnight something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of the title of it, but it was
Yeah.
well viewed. there
Yes,
for a
it
while,
was.
for many years.
All right. Although there are a few exceptions to this, a radio station with call letters beginning with the letter W indicate what?
East side of the Mississippi River.
That is it.
Really?
Uh-huh.
No idea.
Yep.
I was trying to find like an acronym for W. You know.
In sports broadcasting, the term PBP stands for what?
PBB?
No, PBP.
PBP. I have no idea.
Paul,
Play-by-play.
play-by-play.
Oh.
You should know that.
I was distracted texting my mother-in-law.
All right. Let's go into some music.
I literally write it on our Mule Nation schedule every single week. Who's doing the PvP?
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm paying attention now.
Music. First American Idol winner.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
That's a movie
Yeah.
quote too. Oh, Kelly Clarkson
yeah.
when he gets his
All
hair
right.
waxed off his chest.
This singer is always associated with the color purple.
Prince.
Prince.
Yep. Van Halen banned what color M&M in their concert rider?
Oh,
Ooh. Was it red?
It was not red.
No, it wasn't
Brown?
It was brown.
hey, I pulled that
red.
one
You know,
out.
those. If you ever seen one of those
Oh,
rider
they're
policies
crazy.
for concerts,
They are
they're
crazy.
crazy.
Mariah Carey is famous for those.
Okay, so
Crazy.
I want to talk about that for a minute. So we're having
Little Texas.
come,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I got to see the contract, and it's almost humorous. I mean, no offense to them. Everyone has their things. But, you know, there's the list of, like, what kind of lunch meats they want, and what kind of bread, and what kind of beer, and that type of stuff. But there's something in there about having to have a picture of a pig with, like, a rainbow or a guitar.
Yeah.
There was all these different options of a print of a pig that we have to make sure is included in their staging room.
Wow.
I mean, it's just...
There's
I want to make mine up.
Well,
I
you
wanna
think
do-
about it, they're home away from home.
Exactly.
And they're on the road, so they want something there that kind of reminds
Yeah.
them of, okay, I'm,
Listen, I got to
and-
get
yeah.
in my artist,
Right,
mood. I want
right.
to feel comfortable,
and there's
it
always
does make
there's
sense.
always
but-
some sort of good luck thing too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know,
Maybe
I
the
know
pigs there
I've
is-
introduced a lot of bands, and
Yeah.
there's always one little thing that they want whoever does the introductions to do with them right before the show.
Have you ever messed it up? Ruined a show?
No, I don't think I had.
Well, good. That's great.
So,
I would. I'd get out
Right,
there and be like, crap, what was I supposed to say?
all right. Made famous by Ike and Tina Turner, Proud Mary was first recorded by what band?
Oh, CCR?
Creedence Clearwater
Yeah.
Revival. That's right. Good
And-
job.
Thank you.
What restaurant chain used that song in a commercial
Bing.
back in the day?
Oh, my.
I'm trying to think if there's any song lyrics in there that would be a restaurant. I'm going to go with Hardee's.
It is Hardee's.
Wow.
Because
that was a guess.
the dancing grapes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I actually found a set of those.
Oh
in
my
a
gosh, are we
box
like
at home the other
telepathic
day.
today? Because
Wow.
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
that's a good guess.
Thank
All right,
you.
now-
2 in a row, I think.
Pop culture.
All right.
Uh-oh.
What is Post Malone's favorite restaurant?
Oh gosh, In-N-Out Burger.
Nope.
I didn't. Freddy's.
Italian Olive Garden.
Olive
Olive Garden?
Garden.
Yeah.
Can't judge him for it.
Nope.
Can't judge him.
Uh-uh.
I do love me
I
some
love
fettuccine.
Olive. Yeah.
First music video ever seen on MTV.
Oh, I should
I remember
know
watching
this.
this.
Oh my.
I should know this.
First music video. You think about MTV, how old MTV
Yeah.
is now.
Back in the day when they played music videos.
Yes.
Now all they seemed like all they
Duran
play is
Duran.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh yeah.
That's all I ever see commercials
I know. I have
for.
no idea.
Video killed the radio star.
Okay.
Brilliant.
By the Buggles.
Right. Bugles, right? Buggles?
Yeah.
Buggles.
I've pronounced it wrong my entire
Bugles?
life.
Buggles.
Thought they were like what you put on your
Bugles are those
fingers and
little-
eat.
Little-
Aren't they spelled the same way?
They are.
So
no,
ju-
No,
Buggles
it's
is
got two
B-U-G-G.
G.
Oh,
I think
there's
it's
2
two
G's.
Gs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. What instrument does the artist Lizzo play?
Flute.
Yep. It is the flute.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm a Lizzo girl. She
Couple
teaches
more
us
here.
about loving our body and stuff.
A couple more here. What is the most watched YouTube video ever?
Rick Roll.
Nope.
YouTube video ever?
Uh-huh.
YouTube
11
video.
billion views.
YouTube video. That probably has something to do with someone who's fallen.
Oh, yeah, right.
It has something to do with very young children.
Mr. Beast.
The baby shark dance.
Oh no.
The amount of us parents that have
Baby Shark.
Angela, my
No.
mother-in-law got it. She chimed in and said
Baby
baby shark.
Shark.
That's brilliant because we use that as a
Baby
babysitter
Shark.
a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh.
Like,
Here's
here,
our,
watch this on repeat, kids.
Here's our final commercial. What insurance company has had a fictional spokesperson named Flo since 2008?
Progressive.
Oh,
Yes,
Progressive.
it is Progressive.
Do you guys watch speaking of insurance commercials, Mayhem, the guy that does
Yeah, the
Mayhem.
Allstate.
Allstate.
Classic.
That guy cracks me up
Me
every
too.
time.
It's so
Too.
funny. He was a recurring character on Law and Order,
Law and
SVU,
Order, yes,
for a long
yes,
time.
yeah.
Really?
You look at
Yes.
him and you watch him, you think, where have I seen this guy
Yeah.
before?
Okay.
And it's on, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Law and Order, SVU.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I did not know that. So I sent my husband a video yesterday of an old commercial. I'm a marketing person, right? So I love good commercials. This was hilarious. Apparently
the beef?
Kmart released a video like 10 years ago, which rest in peace. Are any of them even open anymore? Did they completely go bankrupt?
I don't think I
think they're all closed.
They're
I think they're
closed.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
But
gone
10
now.
years ago, they were doing pretty
They were
good.
big time, yeah.
And they released a commercial talking about how if they didn't have something in stock, they could ship it to you. And so they didn't have this guy's pants in stock. So he's like, I can ship my pants. I can ship my pants right now. And so then all of these people around the store are
Yeah.
like, wait, so I can ship my trousers? I can ship
Yeah.
my nightgown?
Yeah.
You know, and it was just,
Well,
I
what's
was dying
yeah.
What's
laughing.
the commercial now? Bounce. Have you
Oh
seen the
yeah,
new Bounce commercial?
The dryer sheets.
It's
Bounce.
the sheet.
The
Yeah,
sheet.
yeah.
Any pun, play on words that are going to get people talking,
Oh, yeah.
like, stop and listen. Wait, what did that just say?
Yeah.
You know, those
And,
are the good ones.
Speaking of commercials, there have been a lot of people dropping out of the Super Bowl commercials this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because of probably just they're boycotting the NFL. Is that the reason for that?
I don't know. Or
maybe the price. The
Yeah,
price is
I mean,
just
'cause it's like-
astronomically.
I was gonna say,
it's
what'd the
outrageous.
NFL do?
$2
Have I
million
missed-
for a 30-second
30
commercial or
seconds.
something
Yeah.
like that. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Have I missed something? Did the NFL do something that's going to make them boycott? I know there for a while there was a
Yeah.
whole stink about
I
them,
think
but
I think you're right, Mark. It has to be the price of the
Yeah.
commercials. you
Well,
know.
and honestly, for the last few years, I think the better commercials have been during the NCAA NCAA tournament.
I agree with that.
I mean,
Well, and it may
than
be
Super Bowl commercial.
and
Right.
it may be the price. It may
Yeah.
be. I mean, you're spending how much of your marketing budget in a year on one commercial,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you have to spend the production value. The
Exactly.
money on the
Because
production.
you got to
so
come up with something to beat
catchy
everybody else.
and- oh, yeah.
I mean, I just
Yeah.
during the NCAA, I just love those commercials with Spike Lee and Charles Barkley and Samuel L. Jackson and.
Yeah.
Then I think they threw in Jim Nance last year.
Last year with
I just
him.
love those commercials.
I think you stop and you think of the Super Bowl commercials, and I think of the Budweiser Clydesdales and the
Yeah.
couple
Yeah.
that's in the horse and or the carriage, and they're in the winter and they're being pulled, and the horse passes gas or something, and he's lighting a candle or something. Did you ever
Right.
see that?
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the funniest ones
There's-
when you look at so many. But then
Right.
I think recently there's been just some of the are just so ridiculous that you just what's
That's not
the
even-
basis for that one?
Well, and they'll try to put like famous people in it, and like that's going to make us want to buy their product, which sometimes it would work, but I don't know. I like the classic ones, the Budweiser,
Yeah.
Clydesdales, that stuff,
Those
and
are
I
always
do
good.
like humor. I like stuff that's punny, you
less
know.
less
but-
filling tastes great. Remember that
Yes.
that one from years
Yeah.
ago
Yeah.
that had the NFL players in
Right.
it,
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, there's some good ones.
and the Mean Joe Green Coke commercials.
Oh yeah,
those
that's
were
where
great.
that's.
I don't know
what
if I
the-
remember
yeah.
those.
He this little boy comes around, Mean Joe, and he looks at the kid's holding a Coke, and he offers the kid Mean Joe his Coke, and then Mean Joe starts to walk off, and he turns around and goes, "Hey kid," throws his jersey to him.
Oh,
Didn't they remake that commercial a few years
They might
ago
have.
with another NFL player?
I think they did.
and
I
they did.
actually saw that commercial
I
in a
can't
movie
remember.
the other day.
Yeah,
was it like
that's a
Odell
classic.
Beckham Jr. or something that they remade
No, I
it
mean
with?
it was one of those commercials where I think maybe it might have flashed back to where Mean Joe
okay.
Green was.
Yeah.
Maybe it was some for his
Yeah.
family or something.
Oh,
like that.
okay,
It was
that's
awesome.
neat.
It was an
Yeah.
awesome commercial.
Yeah, anything
and
with nostalgia
Then you
obviously is
throw the
going to
Pey-
hit too.
The Manning group.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Peyton and Archie and Eli.
Eli.
They're everywhere now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
they are.
I mean, he's made more money after football than he
Football.
made playing football.
Yeah.
I saw a thing, speaking of past athletes, Michael Jordan, when he signed his deal with Nike, they were hoping to make like, I think $1.5 million off of him or something. And now he makes like $3 million a day in
Right.
Nike
Have you ever-
sales-
have you ever seen that
Jordan
movie?
sales.
It's called Air.
I don't know that
I think it was on
have.
Prime.
I'm more of a like I've watched the documentary that he did. I'm more of like I
Yeah.
like the
But
documentary
see,
and
this
stuff,
is
but
this
it's
is
kind
the
of
story
okay.
of Nike's pursuit of Michael Jordan.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have
get
to
him
look it up.
sign.
And it was such a big deal too, because he was wanting different colors, and it wasn't the norm. He had to have just white shoes, I think, at that point, and he wanted the red and black. And he really changed an era. And I also appreciate Shaquille O'Neal. He's like he turned down a big old
Yeah.
deal, and he's selling them at Walmart for us broke people that can't afford the.
I got a story about Shaquille
Okay.
O'Neal.
And pizza.
Yeah. It's been about 5 years ago. A friend of mine was down in the Louisiana area of New Orleans, and he was pulled over for speeding.
Okay.
And he was sitting there, and two officers got out of the car. It was a county officer. One of them was Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, because he has wanted to be a police officer.
He was a reserve deputy for one of the for a small community in Louisiana,
Parishes.
down around New Orleans Parish. But the cool thing was, it was during a holiday. He was pulled over they told him for speeding. In all reality, he was given a turkey. But the cool thing about the story was that Shaquille O'Neal got out of the car, and all my friend could see was this huge body walking toward him, and couldn't see. And he's thought, who in the world is this officer?
Right.
And he
That's
bent
9
down.
feet tall.
Yeah, bent down, and Shaquille O'Neal handed him a turkey for
Oh
Thanksgiving.
my
Yeah,
gosh!
yeah.
Did he get it signed?
He actually got a picture with him.
Oh, how
Yeah, he posed
cool.
with a picture.
I was
going
gonna
to
say he always seems like
It
a
was a
cool guy.
25-pound turkey, and Shaquille O'Neal
Yeah,
just palmed
just
it and handed it to
For
him.
real.
And I said, how did he fit in a vehicle? He was just in a standard. It wasn't most police vehicles now are either a truck or an SUV.
Right.
It was
Right.
just a standard. It was a Chevrolet Caprice that he got out of.
Oh, my
I'm thinking, how in the world did
gosh.
this huge giant get out
Right.
of a
They
Chevrolet
took the front
Caprice?
seat out. He was sitting in the back
Probably
seat.
I was
so.
gonna say, I think I've seen
It's
a
probably true.
I've seen a skit
Yeah.
with him trying to get into like a Geo Metro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like have to scoot the chair all the way back, and then he's
Yeah.
still like.
Yeah.
And I want to say like Kevin Hart was beside
Yeah.
him or something, like getting in. But anyways, yeah, he's a big dude.
Uh-huh.
Y'all, I just realized we usually get done at 9:30. It's
Yeah,
10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock.
Oh my goodness!
I am sorry for
I'm
keeping
sorry.
you over,
Oh,
but
no, that's fine.
We're gonna have to
No.
have you back because
No, appreciate
conversation flowed really easy, and it's been a lot of fun. So, you got anything else to chime in, or?
Nah.
I'm glad my second meeting was
I
canceled,
think-
or I'd be late.
I think I saw the other day, with the cold weather coming in, Fairfield Memorial Hospital is going to open its
warming
doors
center.
as a warming center.
Yes,
So
thank you for pointing that out. Tom did send that to me, and
try
I
and,
guess I didn't get it printed out.
try and stay warm.
Yes, stay warm, everyone. Stay inside. Check
You're
on
right.
your animals. Bring them inside a shop or your house if you can. If it's too cold for you, it's too cold for them. So, and check on your elders. Check on your neighbors. If you know you have people that are home alone, be sure to check on them. So,
If you have to work outside, remember frostbite to wrap up.
Yeah.
Make sure cover your ears,
Dress warm,
everything
cover
you
your
can,
face.
every face.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, it's going to be cold, and the cold is one thing to deal with. But when you have to deal with the wind on
Wind
top of
on
that,
top of it.
it just makes it even worse.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, that wind chill.
And
It's
if
bad.
you're going to be on the road, make sure you have a full tank of gas. You have water. You have blankets.
Oh, everything.
I mean,
Yeah.
Make sure your phone's charged.
and make sure
that
you have
type
a
of
phone
stuff.
charger with you.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate to call 911 if you get stranded. Don't
Yeah.
sit in your car. It's been many people sit in their car and just wait for help. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
that don't work. Call 911. They'll get somebody to you pretty quick.
Definitely. Everyone take care. That's all the time we have for today. We actually went overtime, so thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Yeah. Yeah. Mark's thinking he's making more money this
Cha-ching,
week.
cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah,
right?
right.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
No more. It's like
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you again for joining us on a beautiful day in Fairfield. Join us next Friday at 8:30 a.m. We will have special guest Austin Gibbs joining us with his talking about his new business, New Gen Concrete.
Is he going to make some of them concrete pots for the succulents he could bring to us?
Hey, yeah, we'll put him on the spot next
Yeah.
week, unless Austin's watching. But all right, everyone, have a beautiful day and have a great
Oh, yeah.
weekend.
Don't
One
forget,
more thing.
basketball tonight.
Yes, basketball
Be
tonight.
on the air about 6 o'clock
6
from
o'clock.
Carmel.
Yep. We will see you all then. Have a great weekend.